Hey everybody, it's Rob. I'm back. We're doing another Proving Grounds practice walkthrough. This time we're doing a machine called MZEEAV. It was a little tricky, but it's a Linux machine and it's rated as intermediate. Took me a little bit, but I got through it. So without further ado, you can see I am on Offsec's VPN and I do have MZEEAV spun up. And the first thing that we did was we ran an mmap scan. Service version detection, T4, all ports aggressive, and 22 and 80 came back. And 80 is running Apache and some kind of MZEAV, check your files website. So with that said, we went to the website. And it looks like it's some kind of online AV engine that you can use to check PE files. Now, I wasn't exactly sure where to go from here, so I started with some Go busting. And I used the raft medium directories.txt, and it's finished. And you can see there's a couple of directories here, upload and backups. So let's visit those. So if we go to upload, it says nothing to see here, try harder. Okay, so let's go to backups. And it looks like there's a backup.zip there. So we're going to click on that and we're going to download it. And then we're going to open our folder and we're going to extract here. And it looks like we have a backup of the var folder. So we're going to double click on that, HTML. And it looks like we have some of the files that are backed up from the root of the web server. So if we go into this upload directory, there's the index and there's a couple of, it looks like Windows executables, which is interesting. And then if we look here, we have a listing.php and an upload.php. So let's take a look at listing. And this is a script of some kind for, it's actually, looks like it's the script that probably runs the upload function for the MZEAV website. If we look at the upload PHP, this is interesting because it looks like it's checking the files for a magic byte. If you don't know what that is, it's basically a code that indicates what type of file something is. So you can sometimes trick uploaders by inserting a magic byte. I did it previously in a machine where I uploaded a PHP script with the magic byte for a GIF. Or a GIF, however you say it, that let me bypass the restrictions on PHP files because the magic byte was indicating that the file was in fact a GIF. So it looks like for PE files, the magic byte is in hex is 4D5A. Now I originally just tried that. What I did was I created a small PHP web shell. And the first line of the file contained a 4D5A. The problem is that doesn't work. It doesn't seem to bypass this logic. So what I did was I just did a search for the MZEEAV magic byte. And this is where I got my clue. The magic byte are the characters MZ, right? So which have a hexadecimal value of 4D5A. So when I changed the magic byte at the top of my file from 4D5A to MZ, it worked. So I'll show you what I mean. So what we're going to do is we're going to open a terminal, and I'm going to nano. I'm going to call this, what do we want to call it? Tiny PHP. That's what I usually call my little one-line web shells. So we'll nano that. We'll put MZ as the very first line. And then I just got this PHP one-liner for our web shell. Copy, paste. And then we're going to hit Control, and you can grab this right off of Google. You could just say PHP web shell one-liner, and you know you'll get 400 websites that'll give you a little bit of a variation on this, but this is pretty standard. So we're going to hit Control-O to save, Control-X to exit. Now, based on what we're seeing in this, it looks like the files go into the upload directory. So once that tiny PHP file is up there, if the magic byte doesn't prevent it from being hidden or changed, because it looks like it tries to rename the file here, okay? Then we should be able to access it by using the URL with the pointing to the file via the upload directory, okay? Excuse me. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go back to the website and we're going to browse, go to my home folder, and we have tiny PHP there, and we have that MZ magic byte at the very top. That is critical, otherwise this isn't going to work, okay? So we select our file, we click open, and we select upload, okay? So it gives us back some hashes and everything seems to be clean, okay? Now here's where it took a little hit or miss to get this to work, but what we got to do is, like I said, everything should be in that upload directory. So we're going to go upload, and then we're going to do tiny.php. And if you remember the syntax, you always got to do that question mark there, and then it's command equals. So let's do a command equals ID and see what happens. And we get back the ID from the machine, and the ID command feedback from the machine. So this MZ was the key. I tried probably for an hour with that 4D5A, and it just was not working, and I was struggling, and then it finally clicked to me to search for this MZEAV magic byte. So now that we can run command execution on this box, what we're going to do is we're going to start a netcat listener. And I can't remember exactly what web shell, which command I used to start to get the reverse shell, but I have the payloads all the things open BSD netcat one-liner, so we're going to try that. So we have a listener on 80. We're going to come up here. I'm just going to copy this command. We're going to replace ID with this new command, which is, the, like I said, the payloads all the thing OpenBSD one-liner, and we're going to hit enter. And we'll see what happened. And that didn't work. So let's try to do something simple like netcat. That's what happens when you do these machines and then you do them again at a later date. I couldn't remember which one-liner I used, but we'll go simple. Here, 192.168.45.236, and that's my IP address, right? Okay, port 80, and we'll hit enter. Okay, and that seems to have worked. So it looks like you have to do another variation on netcat. This one looks like it's hung, so we should have a shell. And we do. So I'm just going to pop my notes open here. And what we're going to do is we're going to run our Python to get an upgraded shell. Copy. Paste. So this is just a Python thing that we always should run to get a better shell. And then I think we'll just go with that for now. I'm not going to try and get a full TTY shell. I don't think we need it. Okay. So we're in the upload folder, so we'll do an ls, and we can see our tiny PHP is right there. So let's back up a directory and see if there's any flags in the typical home directory. Nope. So let's go to cd home, do an ls, and there's AV user. Let's cd AV user, and we'll do an ls. And then there's the flag, so we'll cat local.txt if we can. And we can. So there's the user flag. So we're 50% of the way there. So now I started with normal Linux enumeration. Okay, so we do history. It's probably just going to be ours. Yep. And then we sudo tac-l. And it's asking for a password, unfortunately. So that means we do not have the password because we finagled our way onto this box. And then obviously what we're going to do is we're going to try and see if we can find any files with the SUID set. So copy, paste, and hit enter. Oh, and there's something there already. There's something in the op folder called file uppercase S. Okay, so let's go to the op folder, do an lsail. And this file, obviously you can see, has the SUID set. Can we cat it? I doubt it, but we'll try just because, why not? Permission denied. Well, let's see if we can run it. Oh, we probably have to do this. Opt, probably have to give it the full path. And it just echoes back. Okay, well, let's see if there is a help command. Opt, file, s, help. Aha, and there is. So let's take a look. Please see all the documentation. GNU find. So this is interesting. Let's see. Opt, file, s, and let's say home, AV user, local txt. Okay, let's see if we can actually maybe pipe something. This looks like it's a find utility. Paste. Okay, so we have command execution after that. Test normal options. GNU find, GNU find utilities. I wonder if this is just a variation on the find. So what we're going to do is we are going to go to GTFO bins find, and we're going to look at what they have for the SUID set. Now, as is typical with a lot of this, you don't have to run this first part, and I'm guessing we definitely don't want to run the second part because I'm not sure why we would want to quit. But I think we can try and run this by just changing the binary. So let's see. I have something prepared already here. Copy. So if we go back to our shell and we paste this in. So basically I'm just using finds GTFO bins for the SUID, okay? So all I did was replace find with this opt file s. And I'm running the same thing, and I just left off the quit part. Let's hit enter and see what happens. And there it is, root shell. So let's see if we can get a better shell. May not be able to. Paste. So I'm basically running bin bash in privileged mode, interactive. Yep, and it did work a little bit there. So let's see. Let's see if we can cd to root. Do an ls. We got the proof.txt, so let's cat proof.txt. And there's the flag. So although we got through this machine in less than 15 minutes, it took me a little bit to figure all of this out. I spent a lot of time before I figured out that this binary was actually just a variation on the find utility. So don't feel discouraged. Also, it took me a while to figure out that 4D5A wasn't going to work, and I had to use MZ. So anyway, the way we took advantage of this machine was we ran an mmap scan. We saw that 80 had some kind of MZEAV running. We did some go busting. So there was an upload directory and a backups directory. We downloaded a zip file from the backups directory. There was a backup of the website. We were able to deduce based on that there were files that were going to be going into the upload directory, and there were listing and upload PHP files that basically were doing some kind of scrubbing on the file, looking for a magic byte for MZEEAV PE files. So we created a PHP one-liner file and used the magic byte of MZ at the top of it. We were able to upload it. Then we accessed it via the upload directory. We ran a reverse shell. We were able to get connected. We got the user flag. Then we did our normal Linux enumeration, and on step 3 of files with the SUID set, we found this file S in the op folder. And after doing quite a bit of messing around with that, I was able to figure out that it was actually just a variation on the find utility. So I went to GTFO bins for the find binary with the SUID set, used those instructions, and was able to get a root shell and cat out the root flag. So I hope you found this video useful. I hope you learned something. All the links will be in the description below. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, just want to say hi, let me know somebody's watching, drop a comment below. I do have a Discord server spun up. All of the information is on my YouTube page. I'd be happy to have you. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.